Welcome back to Johnny Custom Glock's Frontside Press, where once again I'm here with Julie and this guy, Frank.
Open carrying.
Open carrying. So like it, share, and comment because we got stuff we're giving away. Don't forget to go over to YouTube to Musings with MGL. If you
Musings with
haven't been
MGL.
over there yet, because we're almost at 100,000, right?
Yeah.
Closing the gap.
Yep. Only about 90 or 89,400 something away.
Closer every day.
Ever closer. Yep. Ever closer.
I went over 1,500 on Instagram this week
Oh, nice.
with the two commercials that Kerry made. Did we play both of them? We only played one of them, right?
No, I think we had both of them.
Yeah, I don't think the other one was ready yet.
No.
Yeah.
I got feedback on your one commercial where you're like sitting at the counter and you're looking around. You're like, "Hey, come here." I had a friend randomly say, "Hey, I saw Mike's commercial on Facebook the other day. I thought it was funny."
Good.
Excellent.
So, getting some positive feedback on that.
I was with Felix from Impact Guns, and he was like, "Hey, I just got a message from one of my friends saying, hey, have you seen this place? So come, let's take a picture real quick so I can send it to him."
We have 9 people watching already.
All right.
We've got Kat, Steve Nelson, Vern's on, Mike Breckle's on.
Mikey,
Hey, uh-oh.
what are you doing? What are you doing?
Trying to see who's on. Why is this starting over?
Because you
Closed it?
you closed it. So now you got to catch up.
Yeah.
I don't know where the catch up button is. I don't know. Good luck.
Once it gets on.
All right, so everybody stand like this for like 2 seconds until Julie catches up.
We're there.
You good?
Yeah, just keep it
All right.
bigger. Okay.
Why is there 4 windows?
I don't know. That's the beginning of the show.
Oh, is it?
I gotta open this up.
You sure? All right, whatever. We'll figure it out.
Nope, that's not the right.
I'm going to say wardrobe by Cat, but actually this is not a Cat shirt. This is a guy I train shirt, friend of mine. All right, so
Here we are.
you sure?
Yes.
You sure this time?
I'm sure. This is it.
All right.
Addie's on, Cody's on, Steve Nelson, Barry Chris.
Steve. I had Steve in my booth this week. Didn't even know it was him.
Geneva's on.
I didn't know it was him till after.
Okay.
All right, so we're all caught up. So like it, share, and comment because your security, whatever, doesn't let us see.
Security.
So you got to let us know.
Yeah.
We'll put you on the wheel, the giant ass wheel. So we'll be talking about some things. We'll talk about GSSF. We'll talk about classes coming up. And we'll talk about like how some circuit court judge tried to screw a bunch of patriots. So, all right. Let's spank the sponsors and we'll get to the toast. How's that?
Sounds good.
Sounds good. All right. So first of all, our king sponsor.
Nailed it.
Johnny Custom Glocks, because life is way too short to have a Glock trigger that sucks. And they suck. They suck. All right. So get yourself a good trigger, especially if you're carrying that thing. You want a good trigger in it. Check him out on all his social medias. Follow him because he's getting ready to do his big release pretty soon. I'd have to imagine that's coming up of the new trigger. All right. If you got a 43, 43X or a 48, boom. I don't know where the window is now. Go get yourself one of these. The 4311, because this thing rocks. I got it in all my 43Xs and 48s. I don't have it in the 43. You know why?
No.
Because I hate that fucking gun. So, anyways, go get yourself one of them. You will not regret it. So, hit up Johnny Custom Glocks on all social media once again. All right. Our jester sponsor, Sean Hilton and SmokeShow3D.com.
Woo-hoo! Yeah, baby.
Yeah.
Excuse me. Always hooking us up with keychains and armors blocks and everything. So we're really thankful for Sean always taking care of us. All right. And last but not least, the Self Defense Emporium. Ooh, look at the new one. All right. All right. We're giving away the hour on the simulator every month. Okay. We'll be drawing August.
I hope so.
Is that all we have to do is catch up? Because we've already done September, right?
No, we didn't do September either.
All right. Well, we'll do August this week.
And also,
All right. Let's get to the toast.
mm-hmm.
The hell was that?
Sounds like a motorcycle or some kind of car outside.
Eggs outside my window. Powerful microphone. Man.
Here's to everybody that came out and worked this weekend. All right. And helped out, and especially Julie for running another superior, great match with how she does everything.
Julie Bales does a great job.
Julie Bales does a great job. All right. So I got a toast for that, and it goes something like this. You know what rhymes with Thursday? Alcohol.
Merge Day.
All right.
Good stuff.
So first, the gun news. Give it to him, Jeff. Tell him what's going on.
Oh, I thought you wanted to talk about GSSF and all that stuff. You want to get the boring stuff out of the way first? That's fine.
Well, do that, and then we can get everybody and probably try to get some people wound up.
Pablo's on. Your sister's on.
Rock a man. Run.
Yep.
All right, so a lot of these lawsuits that get filed that are resulting in these judgments in our favor are filed with 3 sets of plaintiffs or multiple sets of plaintiffs. So there are usually specifically listed individuals. So, for example, the guy who got arrested for open carry, he's a specific individual. And then usually the gun rights groups also join in lawsuits. Now, his wasn't a lawsuit. His was an appeal of his conviction. But let's say it's a civil lawsuit that gets filed to get rid of 18 to 21-year-olds not being allowed to possess firearms. So you have specific plaintiffs who are named. Bill Johnson, Mike Jones, whatever. So there's usually 2 or 3 specific people. And then there's organizations who join the lawsuit on behalf of their members. So like the Safe Second Amendment Foundation is a big one. Firearms Policy Coalition is a big one. Here in Florida, we have the Florida Carry Association. They're the ones who did actually the lawsuit / appeal in the open carry. They're the ones responsible for getting that. So usually you have some individuals and then some organizations on behalf of all of their members. Lots of times, I've lectured about this numerous times, when a circuit judge, a federal circuit judge, let's say in Texas, issues a ruling that says people can now possess firearms at the post office. This is one we talked about last week. He issues that ruling. That ruling is not for everybody who lives in the United States of America. It's always a ruling that's specific to those plaintiffs. So Bill, John, and Mike and the members of these organizations, they're the ones who are now allowed to do that part of the law because they're the specific plaintiffs. It doesn't apply to everybody else. Unless a judge issues one of these like nationwide injunctions, but the only ones that do that are the lefty judges who are trying to stop, Trump's policies or whatever. So they issue these nationwide injunctions. Most judges don't issue nationwide injunctions. And so what happens is they issue a ruling that says, right, people can carry on a post office, but it only applies to those people who are plaintiffs. Now, the individuals are listed in the complaint. So Mike, Dave, John, their names are in the complaint, but all of the members of these organizations, their names are not in the complaint. It's just Second Amendment Foundation on behalf of its members, Firearm Policy Coalition on behalf of its members. So all those names are private because they're just members of the organization. So recently, a judge in Louisiana, these groups, so there are a couple of individuals, and then Safety or Second Amendment Foundation, Firearms Policy Coalition, and Louisiana Shooting Association filed a lawsuit against the law in Louisiana. They have one similar to ours that says you can't purchase a gun between 18 and 21 years old. So they filed a lawsuit to declare that law unconstitutional. A judge granted an injunction, as I've talked about before, for those specific plaintiffs. Not a nationwide injunction, but for those specific plaintiffs, the judge said, I grant an injunction. They can't enforce that law against those particular plaintiffs temporarily while the case is proceeding through. But this judge went above and beyond and did something crazy that everybody's freaking out about. He said that because they don't list all of their individual members in the lawsuit, they just say Second Amendment Foundation members, the judge ordered those organizations to turn over the list of all of their members to the ATF. Because the judge's position is, if I'm going to enjoin the ATF from charging people or the government from charging people who are 19 years old and members of these organizations, we need to know who these people are. We need to know their name, where they live, their dates of birth or whatever to make sure that they qualify, et cetera, et cetera. So it was like a double-edged sword. They got a victory because he granted the injunction, but now they're all pissed and freaked out because he ordered them to turn over all of their names of their organizations because, well, if you want them to be listed in the lawsuit and you want them to be included in this injunction, we have to know their names of who all these people are that are members of your organization so that we can tell law enforcement who not to go arrest for violating this charge. And if Jeff Young's name is not on that list of Firearm Policy Coalition members, he can be arrested and charged with it. So that's where we're at. This judge basically ordered them to release all their names. They're refusing, of course, because they're not going to list all the names of their members. But this is the first time that any judge has actually ordered them to basically do that. Because again, this is how it is in every single lawsuit. It's the organizations on behalf of their members, and this is the first time the judge actually ordered them to release all the names of their members in order to comply with the ruling in the lawsuit. So
let me ask you
there you
this,
go.
not to sound like that guy, but is there any other way to do this?
Well, they just don't they don't release the names. And then if any of those members happen to get arrested for it, their defense in court is, I'm a member of this group. Here's my card or membership card or whatever that shows I'm in the group. And then the charges get dropped. Right. There's no other preemptive. I mean, I understand. I'm not saying I agree with it, but I can understand the logic here of walking down that road because, right, if I'm joining the government from arresting a list of people, I need to know who these fucking people are. And the government needs to know who these people are so they don't arrest the wrong person. So I sort of understand the logic behind it, but no judge has ever done that before. And I think you can just put in there members of the group, and it's almost up to the members of the group to basically prove that they're in the group individually if they end up getting sort of picked up. So it is a weird situation. I'm surprised nobody's ever done it before. And lots of times they'll even the people, like the individual people, John Jones, Bill Johnson, Sometimes they'll even use initials for those people because they don't want the government to know those people's real names because they're afraid of reprisals or something along those
Yeah, but
lines. So you see that
how do
happen
you
a
get the
lot.
benefits of the decision? Like, what's another way? You just have a membership card and you show it?
Yeah, you just have to have it with you. So if you get arrested or charged with it, that it's like your defense. You say, no, you can't arrest. Right. You'd probably have to walk around with a copy of the injunction in your pocket and a membership card or proof that you're in the membership. And if you walk into a store to try and buy a gun at the age of 19, they're going to say no. And then you're going to say,
Right.
and then you're going to have to turn over that stuff, right? It's going to be on the duty of the individual members to prove that they're a member of that class to keep from getting arrested, as opposed to just releasing the names to everybody. Because since this case, and maybe this is why he did it in this particular case, because this is about purchasing guns from an 18 to 21-year-old. Obviously, if they're going to go to a store, they got to do a 4479. So I guess the logic is the ATF, the FBI, or whatever have to know who these people are so they can pass the 4479 background check. Otherwise, they're going to keep getting denied. They're just going to get denied because there's no form on the background check that says click here if you're a member of Firearm Policy Coalition on question like 9. So I think maybe because of the unique nature of what they're asking to do, there's no other way for the injunction to take effect to prevent them from denying a purchase of a firearm unless they know the person trying to buy the firearm is a member of that class. And therefore, you have to tell the federal government who that class is so they don't deny their background check when they call it in.
I mean, if I was behind the counter and some 19-year-old come in and he was buying something, I'd be like, no. Oh, well, I'm a member of this. And I'd be like, well, I don't care. You know what I mean? Like, what's that?
Well, and I think,
well, no, the law passed, the lawsuit, this, that, and the other thing. And it's like, I don't know what to tell you, man. You got to be able to prove it. Here's my membership card. You're giving me a 63-cent piece of plastic that I'm taking a chance of forfeiting my FFL.
Yeah.
You know,
well, an issue isn't even necessarily the store. Again, it's going to be the background check because the store could say, "Yep, you're right. You're a member of that class." But there's no box on the 4473 for the form to submit. So the store is going to submit the form. It's going to get denied because it's going to say he's not old enough. And so,
well, there's a way around that.
Right.
They can get the personal identification number.
You get the UPIN, right? They could try and get a UPIN. Yeah. That takes several months, though. And the whole point of the injunctive relief is the order says right now you can't enforce that law against these people. So now if they got to wait several months to get a UPIN, they're still enforcing the law against them, which is a violation of the injunction. Right. That's what I'm saying. So I understand what's going on here. I'm not saying they should turn over the list of these people or whatever, but I understand maybe the weird logic of the situation that the judge is like, well, what the hell do you want me to do? I granted your motion, but how the hell am I supposed to tell the ATF to not deny these background checks if we don't know who these people are? So I don't know. It'll be interesting to see how it shakes out. I just thought it was weird because nobody's ever done it. And I was curious as to why this judge did it, but now that I walk through it, it could be because of the specific nature of this law that you have to pass a background check as an 18 to 21-year-old. There's no other way to do that without letting the government know who's on that list. The easiest way to fix this is to not require background checks because there's nothing in the Second Amendment that requires a background check for you to buy a firearm. It doesn't say shall not be infringed, comma, as long as you can pass the federally agreed to background check supported by Nancy Pelosi. Like, it doesn't exist. So to me, the easiest solution is to not have background checks. Prior to 1967, you could walk into any hardware store in America and buy a shotgun and walk out without anybody even asking you what your name is. So
Thompson.
It's only because we have the background check law. I guess you could just go privately, find somebody who'll sell it to you privately and hope that they believe that you're a member of that class so they don't get in trouble for selling to somebody who's 18 to 21, and then you don't have to worry about a background check.
Membership card.
Right. Here's my driver's license, my membership card, and a copy of the injunction. I'll privately purchase your firearm now. So
Well, it's like,
go ahead.
They did that with the brace. So somebody sued them over the brace, right? And it was, I can't remember. Like, I'm a member, but I didn't have my card. My buddy Jesse's like, here, you can have my card. I'm like, all right, I'll just carry it around. That way, if I get in trouble, I can show them the card.
With the brace, yeah.
I'm thinking, and I was like, oh, this is going to work.
Yeah. Yeah, it's sort of weird.
You know?
Like I said, I understand. And that's why I try to explain to people, don't get excited when you read these lawsuits because they don't apply to everybody just walking around out on the streets. You have to read them specifically. But I guess in a grander scheme, my guess is that judge, when it gets to the merits, because the only reason you issue an injunction is if you believe that there's a high likelihood that the plaintiffs are going to win on the merits. And so you don't want to continue the punishment if you know they're going to win down the road. So you stop the punishment right away. So that tells me that this judge is probably going to overturn the 18 to 21-year-old ruling. Now, again, that would only apply to the plaintiffs. At the most, it might apply to Louisiana because it's striking down a Louisiana law, but maybe that gets appealed or whatever. Either way, it would be another federal court ruling striking down that law. So there's a lot of those. That law is getting struck down. I think it's only a matter of years before that law gets struck down by the Supreme Court because they know all the judges are ruling in that favor. There's no historical basis for it. There's a high likelihood that is going to be overturned in Florida. So somebody's already submitted a bill to remove that from the Marjorie Stoneman Douglas Act and go back to letting 18 to 21-year-olds purchase firearms. There's a good chance that would pass. It might get enough votes on it because I think they're reading the writing on the wall after the open carry ruling and these other judges' rulings. They don't want to be like left behind again or have their asses handed to them by a court. So also, I think they're going to want to enact some open carry restrictions because of all the stuff we've been talking about for the last several weeks. So I see that being a trade-off. We'll give you 18 to 21-year-olds buying guns if you give us signs have the weight of law or something along those lines. I could see some backdoor wheeling and dealing going on something like that. So we'll see. Anyway, long story short, boring law
Maria
stuff.
has a question for you, Jeff. All right, she says, I have a gun trust question. I read somewhere that if you put your guns in a trust, then the guns no longer belong to you. If that's true, if the shit hits a fan and they, whatever authority, came to take your guns away, could you say you don't own any guns, so there is nothing to confiscate, instead of saying that they were lost in a boating accident or whatever, LOL?
Mm-hmm. So that's correct. If a gun is in the trust, technically the trust owns the gun and owns the property. And you are the trustee of the trust, and there could be other trustees of the trust, and those people have the right to use the trust property. So the issue, though, is never really ownership of firearms; it's possession of firearms. So, like in Florida, there's no law that says ownership of a firearm by a convicted felon; it's possession of a firearm by convicted felon. So, for some reason, let's say in a red flag law situation, the state gets a red flag risk protection order against you that says you can't possess any firearms. You're allowed to give the firearms to somebody else, so you could sell them to somebody else or transfer them to a third party. The statute allows you to do that. You just can't possess it. So if they come to your house to take your guns, you're not going to be able to say, oh, they're not my guns, the trust owns them, because it's not about ownership, it's about possession. So you can't have the guns in your possession because that's what the violation is. So it's not about ownership, it's about possession. So you can list as many people as you want as a trustee, and you're right, legally you don't own the guns, the trust does, and as a trustee you have access to them, but you wouldn't be able to possess them. They would still remove them from your house and put them in their safe at the sheriff's department, whether you are the true owner or the trust is. Now, if there's other trustees in the house, again, let's say you've got you and your wife are trustees, the law only applies to the person that the risk protection order is against, not everybody that lives in your house. So if I get a risk protection order, I can't possess the gun, but if I have a roommate or a spouse or whatever, and they don't have a risk protection order, they can still have a gun in the house. the cops can't come in and remove all the guns from the house. I just can't possess one, and she can't allow me to have access to it because then she could be committing a third-degree felony. So it just needs to be in a safe or whatever that I don't have the combination to.
Good.
A lot of people think that about
So,
trust, that if the guns are in the trust, the ATF can't come take them. Yeah, they don't give a shit whose name the guns are in. If they got a warrant to come to your house and take all the guns, they're going to take all the guns out of your house. They don't care whose name they're in or whose name they're not in. If you live in a house with a bunch of people, that's going to be an issue. There was like if you share a place, let's say you share office space with somebody, and you have a safe in the office, and your guns are in there, and your buddy's guns are in there, and then your buddy commits a crime, and they come in with a warrant to take all the guns. They're fucking taking your guns too because they're in the safe. They don't give a shit whether your guns are his guns. They're just in the house, and the warrant says take all the guns in the house or the safe or the office space, so they just take them all. Now, you could probably file a motion down the road to say, give me my guns back because those are mine, but you better be able to prove somehow, with receipts or records or whatever that you bought those guns, and then they'll give it back to you. Otherwise, you ain't getting them back.
Okay. All right. A couple of comments by Steve Nelson. He said the commercials were awesome. And then he said that, Mike, you were literally the best RO ever that he's ever had. So that's cool.
That's because I love you, brother. That's it. I just wish I had put 2 and 2 together earlier.
All right.
He's fast. He's good. It was fun watching him.
Speaking of ROs and fast, tell everybody about how the GSSF went.
So, GSSF, as far as the Veritas and Self-Defense Emporium family goes, it was a slow weekend. A slow weekend for how we did. So we'll start with the girls. We only got first and second in the Masters, and first, third, and I think fourth in civilian. And then in the law enforcement one, they wouldn't let our whole team shoot because when JR showed up to sign up, they asked him, they said, are you one of these? Grandmaster, like master in this, Division 1, whatever, master in this, whatever, or whatever. And he said, yes. And they said, which one? And he said, all of them. So I guess if you're in the Guardian division, if you're a cop and you know how to shoot, then you can't compete in it. If you're a master or something, they don't let you. Like everybody else sucks. So if you're really good, then you can only win 3 times and never shoot again. But in the Guardian division, the other 2 guys finished first and third. So Mike got first and Matt Lincoln got third. And then Mike won the civilian division, and Cody got second in that.
That's awesome.
And then JR got second in unlimited. And then Cody got first in competition. And those are just the ones I can remember. Austin got his best score ever in the Masters division, shooting a 2, so he finally beat me, which he definitely let me know.
Oh, yeah, I'm sure.
All right, so 52 is a great score. All right, very proud of him for that.
Definitely.
It was a really good weekend, and those, like I said, those are just I can remember. I can't remember all of them. At one Saturday in the civilian, in the women's division, out of the top 7 spots, 6 of them, there was only 1 spot that wasn't us. So we went on a friggin' rampage last week, won almost like half the divisions. Right.
Nice.
So it was really good. The match ran very well.
Yes.
Had some surprises. My sister and her boyfriend Michael came down, and it was awesome to have them here for the whole thing. My buddy Keimer called me, told me he was going to be in town. I'm like, what are you doing this weekend? He's like, I got nothing to do this weekend. And I'm like, GSSF match. He goes, where is it? I'm like, Logue Road. I'm in. So he shot. It was good. So,
Sean says, all I know is I may win here, but I lost at GSSF.
Yeah. Well, it's we got to get Sean on the trigger.
Yeah.
Well,
he's won chances on he's won
Yeah.
An hour on the simulator. He's just got to get his butt up here.
It was a great weekend I had a bad weekend, but everybody else seemed to have a great weekend. Maria Misa got first in the Masters and women.
Nice.
And Julie got second. Julie
first
second place and first loser.
That's right.
Like Julie Bales got first in civilian in the women's, and then that gives her third gun. So now, even though she's won like 6 times or something like that, now she's a master. Mm-hmm. That's the same thing that happened to Maria. Maria won a bunch of times, but didn't get the guns. Wasn't enough for her to get the guns, and you got to get the guns. And now,
before you can call a master, you got to win the gun.
Getting her ass kicked like the rest of us.
Yeah.
Welcome to the Masters.
Oh yeah.
Right. Lana got third. I'm trying to think who else was up there, but
I saw what's her face? Short pants.
Dana. Yep, Dana was
good.
Dana hadn't shot in 6 months.
Really? That's pretty good.
So it was good. It was good to see Dana. I haven't talked to her or seen her in 6 months. And she was up there. She was very disappointed in where she finished. Mm. But for not shooting for 6 months, it was pretty good.
She was up against some pretty good shooters, though.
Yeah. I mean, the women's division looked pretty good. Yeah. But it's good. Like, you can track almost like live on their website. Like when the girls go away and shoot someplace, I'm on that.
Checking every hour.
like I hit it. If I see they're in first, and I refresh it to see if it's like that. And I'm doing it like every 15 minutes, every half hour, and it's, to see who's winning, see if they're still there. Like, I hate when they shoot early because it's like 2 friggin' days of me checking my phone to see if they won.
Yeah.
Right.
Lana's volunteer raffle went well, thanks to all the sponsors.
Yep.
We had so many great raffle prizes.
Didn't go well. I didn't win jack shit. I got skunked.
Neither did I.
That didn't go well.
They went shit this weekend.
I didn't either.
That raffle went awful. Got nothing. I didn't win.
There's a bunch of other people that are very happy about it.
Yes.
Like, Lana won the hour on the simulator with me, right?
Yeah.
It was good.
I don't know. I got nothing. I didn't get anything last year either. I never get anything of those raffles.
This is like the only time. This is the only time it's been at Manatee Gun and Archery that I didn't win a gun one way or another.
Oh yeah.
And they're doing it again.
March, right?
Yep, on my birthday, so I get another birthday.
Did I see that right? They're having another one in March. I think I got a text or an email about that.
Even though I was told by the president of the GSSF that was my one birthday gift.
Right. That was on
my birthday. Yep, they're gonna do it again.
That was just a relocation from the hurricane. That wasn't even like a separate match.
Yeah.
So but
now they had more people at that one, I guess. So maybe they figured March is a better time with all the snowbirds down here. You can get more people show up.
I don't know. But my birthday match is the number one first, whatever they call it, first match.
Yeah.
In a place, whatever. So it set the record, and the record stands. Mm-hmm. So that was pretty good. But the guys.
Yeah, we had a good turnout.
Yeah, we didn't beat SSF. Come by the Emporium, give them a tour, and let them shoot on the simulator. They're all jacked up about that.
Yeah.
I got 2 new Facebook friends that day.
Yeah. People
Yeah,
say
they
all
didn't
the
beat the
time.
numbers, right? We didn't set a new record this time like we did last time, but they still had over at what 320 or 350 or something like that. She said that we had.
That was like 350 or something
think
like
so.
that.
Yeah, I think it was like
just
350 that we had come out and shuffle through there. Yeah.
well, it's like this. The only way you're going to set the record is if you like we set the record on my birthday because it was the first time.
Right.
So it was the Veritas Glock Challenge, right? That was the first one. So it only competes against first time matches, right? In order to break the record on like the second time, you got to compete against all the matches. And like, I remember being down here and being in a match when it was over 700 entries.
Mm.
Yeah.
You know?
Linda says, can you please get GSSF to change the main dates back to the beginning of July so everyone will be able to come again? I don't think they're going to change it.
No, they ain't changing
it. It was great at the beginning of the month, though.
Yep, it was that. Like, go up there. It was my mother's. It was always like on my mother's birthday.
Yeah.
You know, I don't know.
Yeah,
I got to tell you,
go.
Probably call up
that's why
there.
we couldn't go this year because we went. Obviously, we went 2 years ago, but we planned our vacation around it because we went to Boston and everything else. But this year we went to Chicago for our vacation. But we go the summer vacations with the kids are always towards the end of July, and that's when they have that match. So yeah, somebody at the it may have been your sister that was saying they need to move that back to early in July because it's easier for everybody.
Yeah,
I could probably call the range because they love my mother.
Yeah, they do.
Like
that's true. Everybody does.
We can reserve parking, shit like that.
Yeah.
They got the signs on no parking, and we pull up. They move all the signs. Oh no, we want you guys can park right here.
And they drive her around.
Yeah, she gets a chauffeur.
Yeah.
Their own golf cart. They wait. The guy sits there and waits.
Yep.
So she's done shooting. Get back in the car, go to the next bay. It's like, we're going to be here for a while. I don't mind waiting. Okay. You call her and say, hey, put it back on my mother's birthday.
Steve Nelson says, between now and March 2026, Manatee will have Steel Challenge matches every fourth Saturday. Good training for GSSF.
Ooh,
it is.
That's speed there.
Yeah.
Sounds like fun,
that's
too.
fast enough.
Yeah.
Sounds like fun, too.
No kidding.
Yeah.
Linda says, get Gracie J to call.
Yeah, we should have.
She might be able to get it changed.
I got the number of the head guy up there.
Yeah.
He always calls. He's like, hey, you guys coming up?
And by the way, Gracie J is Mike's mom.
Yep.
And they do love her.
Everybody does.
Say, hey, tell them to move it back up. But the guys from GSSF were awesome.
Yep.
And everything went great. A lot of prizes.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah, everything went great, smooth. Weather was nice, no issues. A few complainers
trying to cheat.
Right, so a few complainers about their scores. I didn't want to use the word cheat because I don't want to be accusing people of accusing things or be accused of accusing or whatever, but there were some complaints, shall we say, about the scoring, which I don't believe were accurate, but whatever.
My favorite was a guy, like there was a little bit of a ruckus. So I went over, like, what's going on? He's like, oh, the guy right there, he's got a G44 with a red dot on it. I'm like, they make a G44 with a, like, no, it's an aftermarket slide, right? So the guy's saying, no, that's a factory. It came like that. Like, who do you actually think friggin' believes you? Let me see. Let me just bring up the Glock website. Nope. They don't have one of those. So unless you went over to fucking Austria and had them make you one at the factory, no, you can't shoot a red dot in a rimfire division.
So Thomas Torek is on. He said, congratulations to all.
Awesome.
Thank you, Thomas.
A red dot. A fucking red dot. That's funny.
You know, it's just like they have, you know, there's always the one guy that shows up with a totally custom gun that, you know, doesn't even have a Glock frame.
Yeah.
He doesn't understand why he can't shoot. Like, it's not a Glock. Like,
Right.
It's one thing, it's not stock, but at least it's got to be a Glock.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
You know? It's not the
You can't
make
bring your
your own
SIG.
fucking shooting foundation.
You can't bring your cig?
Yeah. I gotta tell you that the SIG shoot matches,
They're pretty.
those
good.
are pretty cool.
Yeah.
One, they're smaller.
Yeah.
Two, you get your own time slot, so you're staged or whatever it's
Yeah.
called.
I like that.
And you just go there and shoot and stuff like that. But when we run a match, Julie does a great job.
Oh no, it's
Yeah,
fantastic. Just the way she organized all those people.
Yeah,
I heard the food was pretty good. We're the lunch crew. We come at lunchtime and relieve everybody for lunch, so we never ate any of the food trucks. But I heard they were good. One I heard was a little slow, but I heard the food was good.
Yeah, food was good. I had lunch Sunday, and that was pretty good.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that was the
But,
barbecue place or whatever. Yeah,
the guys at Manatee Gun and Archery, we gotta give a shout out to them.
oh of course.
The RSOs and stuff like that. Keeping everything moving, not being tyrants, stuff like that. It was just the guys I worked with were just great. Right, it was a good team effort type of thing. Once we get our language down together, everything moves really fast.
Mm-hmm.
So it was
Yeah.
really good.
Yeah, they provide all the RSOs, and they're all nice guys, very understanding and
Yep.
polite. Like you said, they're not really tyrants, but they'll let you know if you're doing something wrong or whatever. They're really attentive to going cold and not going cold. So yeah, they were top-notch professional out there. Everything I said, everything went off without a hitch, so it was a lot of
Amazing.
fun. We had a lot of good time.
Yep.
Volunteer dinner
All right,
was
so
good.
we got
Linger
some
Lodge.
classes. We got some classes we're going to talk about real quick.
Yep. Then we're gonna
Saturday is the 4th. Is it the second Saturday of the month? So we have concealed weapons class.
Mm-hmm.
Excuse me, and then we have at 3:00 we got the Glock block class. So how to take your Glock all the way apart,
I need somebody to cover
clean
the
it.
range.
Well, better find somebody, and how to use it and how to take the gun. We're going to take it all the way apart. So
yeah, this
anybody's
Saturday
interested in that, let us know.
at
We
3
still have
o'clock
seats
is finally going to be that Glock block class I've been trying to get. So if you come, I'll buy your coffee. I'll buy you an empanada. I'm going to be there.
I'll be there.
Bring a couple of Glocks. We're going to take apart everything. So show up this Saturday, 3 o'clock. Get some free coffee, get free empanadas, and learn how to take your Glock completely apart.
So give me a text or call me about that. Don't Facebook me because I'm hardly ever on Facebook. Are you doing that Sunday?
Well, I'm scheduled to do the Refuse to Be Victim seminar on Sunday, but so far no one's signed up.
All right.
So
Then we got in November 8th and 9th, we got Boone coming to town.
yes.
So Boone and I are doing a class together. It's incredible class. You're going to see it posted. So it's a 2-day class. It's $550. Let me see.
Linda says, "Will you buy my plane ticket?"
Hold on. Let me see. I'll tell you. All right. So it's the TIR, Tactical Immediate Responder. Awareness and the attack cycle, pre-attack indicators, surgical speed shooting from concealment, medical individual tactics, solo CQB, covering concealment, and movement, etc. It's 16 hours, so 2 8-hour days. It's $550. It's me and Boone teaching.
It's going to be amazing.
So this is Boone's first class. He's going to be teaching at the Emporium, and then we're going to do a lot of classes after that. A lot of classes together, hopefully. So I'm very excited to be able to teach with a guy like Boone. So that's a big deal for me. So I'm looking forward to it. But here's the deal. If you're interested in this, you need to let me know before I post. All right, which is going to be tomorrow because it's going to fill out.
Yeah.
We have 6 people signed up, and I can't remember if we're shutting it off at 12 or at 16, and we haven't posted yet. So, in Shark Coast, we talked about it when we recorded, and I think that goes live this Tuesday night. So, it's going to fill up. So if you're thinking about it, you're interested in it, it's going to be a great class. We want to hit a home run with this class so that, we can do more advanced stuff, everything like force on force. We want to do vehicle force on force, stuff like that. So just let me know, text me, call me, whatever, so I can get you on the list so I can lock in your spot for you. All right. All right. I think that's everything. Let's do
All the
some names.
announcements, a lot going on.
We're doing well. Okay. First one's going to be for the block. Or are we going to try to do August?
What are we going to do? Carrie, what do you want to do? All right. So let's thank our sponsors while she's doing that. So, first of all, once again, our King sponsor. Where's the Google on that, man?
I missed it.
There it is. All right, Johnny Custom Glocks, because life is way too short to have a Glock trigger that sucks. So go get yourself a Johnny Custom Glocks trigger, the best Glock trigger on the planet, hands down. All right? And it doesn't deactivate any of the safeties. Just want to throw that one out there. Just saying.
Or go off
that
by
good and safe. So there you go. All right. Our Jester sponsor, Sean Hilton at smokeshow3d.com.
Who's going to be providing any additional blocks needed for the Saturday class? You can probably buy some while you're there. Go get online and get one online beforehand.
Everybody that takes a class gets an armor's block. So if you can't win because you don't try hard enough on this show, you should take the class so you can get one. That's all I'm saying. And don't forget, if you go to buy one,
I'm bringing mine because I want to use my custom Minnesota gun lawyer block.
There it is. Don't forget to use your Fsp 10 to get 10% off.
Kara might need one. Tammy might need one.
And last but not least, the Self-Defense Emporium. Woo!
Breaking the glass.
Let's get to the wheel. Oh, my goodness. Let me get this out of the way.
Lots of names.
Oh, that's not too bad. I can read that one.
How can you have Steve on there, no Sean?
Right.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
Because Sean can't win his own thing.
Look at Skinny on there. All right, spin it up. Let's see what we got.
Wow.
All right, Steve, you got to get in touch with me and get some stuff. I'm thinking, I wonder who it's going to be, but then there's a chunk of Steve Nelsons all in a row.
Yep.
All right, now we're doing the keychain.
Smoke Show keychain.
Oh, yeah, the Smoke Show 3D one. Pablo.
Oh, wow.
And now we're going to do the front side press keychain.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I'll do it. Yeah. How many Seans you got to add? 30? I have to move the laptop closer so I can be like. So everybody just hover for a second and look at the cool keychain. Mm-hmm. Once again, we're about
badass. Of all the keychains, that's the badassiest.
Yep. Just waiting for all the Seans to get on the wheel.
Damn it, Sean, you're bogging down the show.
Ooh, look at that.
All right. let's see what we got. Spin it for the keychain.
How are we going to read that? I guess Sean can win it, so it doesn't matter, right? Sean. I can read them.
John Hilton. When you come up to use your thing, we'll give you all your stuff. All right, so what do we got now?
Chances for.
All right, so two chances, right? And
Yep.
Steve and Sean can't win because they've already won, right?
Yeah, I think so.
All right, so we change the rules as we go.
Yeah.
All right, so whoever's under Steve or Sean wins. All right, so who is it? Go down. Steven. Yep.
Yep.
Yes. Lana Goskowski.
Sorry, I forget that they can't hear you. All right,
Lana
one more.
Goskowski. Oh, shit.
Well, here we go. Somebody else is going to win. Ryan.
Wow, look at that.
How about that?
That's a real win, too. Look, he's on there he's on the wheel one time.
Didn't he
All
just
it
win a
takes is
gun?
one time.
Awesome. All right, you just won a chance to win a chance at the end of the month for an hour on the simulator with me.
Can we run August?
Yep, we're going to do August. So you got the names for August?
I sent them to her earlier.
All right. Let's spin it twice. Let's see what we got. This is for the August people who actually win.
Yep.
So whoever wins this gets the hour.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
2 people.
Nice. Two people. 2 winners get actual hours on the simulator.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
And let me ask you as a non-winner, how do people sign up for the simulator? Do they call down to your shop? Do they come in? Is there a website where you can like book your time?
I'd rather have you call me.
Yeah.
So I can schedule it. Because sometimes they schedule stuff and they don't tell me, and then people get double booked. So call me
Well,
and
I'm
we'll
just saying,
schedule.
I'm not a business owner, but perhaps you should have a website where people might be able to go on there and click book time on the simulator and go down and
just
book it. And then that way everybody
Yep.
and everybody shares the same calendar, so nobody double books.
Or they can just call me.
Yeah, but what if people don't have your name? What if it's John Public who said, "Oh, I watched this cool video of a place that I can do a simulator," and then they're like, "Well, how the hell do I get on?"
In that wheel.
I'm just saying.
Yeah, there were a couple of weeks in August that we did.
If I can book my hotel that way, I don't know why I can't reserve simulator that way.
Frank Butts. And one more time. The last month of Sean and Steve getting 2 chances.
Lana again.
Lana!
Oh, yeah, she wins a lot.
Nice.
She needs a good play.
Now she's got 2. She got 2 hours now.
Yeah.
Oh, we're going to start banning her soon.
You can stop banning her.
Yeah, we're going to start taking her name off the we're going to start taking her name off.
The raffle drawing.
She won, and then the next prize they drew her name, and she won again. But then that gets vetoed because she had to be gone.
Yeah.
All right. So thanks to everybody that watches the show and supports us. Thanks to Jeff for taking care of the show, and especially thanks to Kerry for doing the show.
That's
and
an awesome job.
making the show great.
Mm-hmm.
All right. So everybody have a great weekend. All right, or a great week or whatever.
Yes. Musings with MGL. Come out Saturday. Please. I don't want to be the person that's taking my Glock part.
All right. Play music. Peace.
Bye, guys.